Hello 2022, and let's hope that that is 2022 and not 2020 TOO. I've got to get ready. I'll make it a snap. Damn. I don't think I like this one. Happy New Year, all of you wonderful people. I thought, since this is the first day of 2022, as I said, let's pray that is 2022. I saw this on somebody's channel, I'm not sure who, Burn After Writing. So I thought what I would do, just a little bitty short, since this is the first day, they have a section of my firsts. But this is Burn After Writing by Sharon Jones. And basically, it's kind of a cool book. It has all of these little, my family is, what would make it to a 10, my mantras for living, 10 places to go before I die, just different little things. So you can journal here, either burn it or look back in a few years or hand it down to your kids or whatever. I thought I would do my first page of my firsts with you on the first day of this new year with a new drink. So my Moscow Mule cups are gone, which means I get to buy another set. So what I'm drinking my Huckleberry Mule in is a double glass thermal coffee mug from Crate & Barrel. Huckleberry vodka, ginger beer. There was no mint. Who the heck runs out of mint on New Year's Eve? I could maybe see Easter. I'm not sure why. So we're gonna have a drink together. I'm gonna answer these questions as much as I can. We'll see how far this drink gets us and what happens along the way. Okay, it says, the first is like an earthquake of the soul. It's unforgettable. I'm reading what they wrote. I'm not making this up. Unsustainable and radically destructive. But out of the wreckage of our clumsy firsts comes a fabulously interesting and resilient adult individual. Our tragedy is that we always hope that first time will last forever. And I'm here to tell you, thank God they didn't. At least on some of these questions that I may or may not plead the fifth on. My first friend. That's hard. I guess my first friend, as a kid, was this kid up the street named Wade. He was my age, and when we moved into that house, we played together. I don't really remember having friends before that. I was 6 years old, maybe 5. My first real friend, who is still my friend today, I met when they moved from Oklahoma to Texas. I remember her driving up. Well, she didn't drive up. I think it was her mom. Drove her up to school in like a brand new Cordoba. Yeah, we're old. Her name is Connie. She was my first friend. We are still friends today. I claim her dad as my dad since my dad has passed on, and I love that entire family, and that is a first that I would not change. My first love. That's getting kind of sticky. I don't really think I really ever knew what love was. The first time I really... Okay, so here's a story, and you know what? I don't know if this is Huckleberry induced. I'm going to tell you the whole thing. I had a boyfriend that I met on a blind date when I was probably 17. I'm thinking 17 years old maybe. His dad was the district attorney for Fort Worth, Texas. His stepmom was the assistant district attorney. Our first date was we went horseback riding. I thought I was in love. We got engaged. We were gonna get married. Blah, 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 blah. Well, some things happened then. And as it turns out, he was having some financial issues. I was 16, 17. He was 22, I think. It's been a long time. And I remember we were at this place in Texas that was called Victoria Station, and it was a restaurant that was in an old railway cars. When we came out, his car was gone. So we called his dad, the district attorney, and said his car had been stolen. As it turns out, it hadn't been stolen. He couldn't make the payment, so he had arranged for a friend to steal it so he could claim it on his insurance. What the heck? Then there were some other things that went on, and I remember his parents coming over to speak with my parents. And I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember his stepmother. I think he had taken some jewelry from her, and they thought I knew what was going on. And they were talking to my parents, and my dad looked at me, and the only thing I could remember was this movie that my dad and I had watched that was about jewel thieves. And my dad had made a comment, oh, that would be a really cool job. You gotta know my dad, but you can't because he's not here. So that was in my mind. I don't really remember a lot about it after that. I think what happened was he made a deal with his dad to sign up for the military in exchange for going to jail. So he signed up for the Air Force or something, and that really gave me time to back up. I mean, look, I'm 16 or 17 years old and realize I didn't love this guy. I didn't want to marry this guy. This guy's stealing stuff, and pretty boldly, if his parents were the DAs of the town. So I'm like, I am out of here. I did that, and then his birth mom, not his stepmom, but his real mom, got all in my face because I broke up with him when he was in the Air Force and stuff. I don't know, just, it was drama. Back up, go away. Okay, there you go. There's that story. First record or CD bought. I think really the first one I bought was by Edgar Winters. For some reason that sticks out. But I know the first one that I was given that I played forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and cannot believe I'm going to tell you this. It was an album by Cher called Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. I played that title track until I wore the album out, basically. My parents were sick of it. The whole house was sick of it. The neighbors were sick of it. I still kind of like it though. I don't know why, because I really don't care for Cher. My first foreign holiday. Now, I don't know how, if these people are British or not in America, a holiday would be a vacation, right? But in America, our holidays are like actual days. Either way, the first foreign vacation I took was to Mexico. And I guess being a Texan, the first foreign holiday I would have to say is the same as everyone else, Cinco de Mayo. Does that count? I don't know. That's what we're gonna go with as I take another drink of my Huckleberry Mule in a double pane coffee cup. I think this might be a little strong. My first job, I was a babysitter, but my first real job, like in a business, was Sears. Remember when Sears used to have a candy shop in it? And like, what the heck's up with my hair? I see this mirror over here to the side. It's like, dude, that hair's just going wild. My first job was the Sears candy shop, and I got fired. And the reason I got fired was I had been really sick, and I had been in the hospital. And I had called in and let them know I had been in the hospital. And the day I got out of the hospital, as a matter of fact, I still had the wristband on. My mother took me by to pick up my paycheck. The heck is that? They thought if I had really been in the hospital, I wouldn't have come by to pick up my paycheck, which I don't know why I did, but I did. And I had been in the hospital, and they fired me. And I was just beside myself. I had no idea. My second real job was with a big cowboy Western store in Arlington called Sheplers, and I worked there for a while. And then we just, kind of meandered through life. I was a model here and there and just different things. First car. The first car I got on my 16th birthday, and I didn't appreciate the muscle car or the potential of this car at the time. I was a 16-year-old girl. It was, I turned 16 in 1978. And I can't remember what year it was, but it was a black Ford Maverick. That car would have been probably pretty freaking hot today, but all I remember, it was ugly to me at the time. It was hard to drive. The brakes were shot. Everything was crap on the car. So then on that Christmas when I was 16, my dad got me a brand new Ford Mustang. Walk out, Great big old red bow on it. Not really the thing to do for your kids, buying them a car I just don't think that's right. You want a new car, you save your money, you go buy a new car. At least that's what, we told our kids. My first concert. I wish I could take this concert back because of the ramifications of the concert and the fact that those ramifications are still haunting me today. It was a Willie Nelson concert at Billy Bob's in Fort Worth. I should have skipped the concert, but Willie Nelson, he's just so cool. We're almost done here. First school. My first school. You know what? These almost sound like password protection questions. Thankfully, I haven't used any of them as my security questions. My first school we had just moved to Arlington, Texas from Big Spring, which is a little dusty farm town in West Texas. And we had moved to Arlington, which, dang, this hair is still like, what the hell? It was Roark Elementary. And I can remember, it was Flag Day or what day it was. The school didn't have air conditioning. Dang it. And for Texas, it was hot in the summertime, and in the winter, it was like they didn't have heating either. It was so cold, but they would make us go out. When is Flag Day? I should know that because American history and political science are one of my majors, double majors. I don't know, but it was cold, and the girls always wore dresses. We never wore pants. We always wore dresses, and I remember standing around that stupid flagpole, singing, the national anthem and all those American songs that we used to learn. I don't think they learn them anymore. Pledging allegiance to the flag, and all I could think of was I was turning into a human ice cube. But my teacher, she was cool. I think that was drink talking there. I don't know. First kiss. First kiss. Now, do they mean first time I ever kissed a boy was the boy that lived down the street from me. His name was Wade. We were 6 years old. Woo, big deal. I think my first real kiss, I had to have been 13, 14. And it was a kid I went to school with named Jay, I think. That was his name. I don't remember. I remember the kiss. And as a matter of fact, my grandmother, I wish I could remember the name of the streets. My grandmother, you could hear her voice was very distinctive and her car was very distinctive. She always drove Lincoln Continentals. And she drove up and I remember hearing her say, Teri, Teri. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I am so dead. I am so dead. Obviously, I'm not dead. I'm still alive, but awkward times, just awkward times. I would never go back to being that age, ever. First teacher, no, this is not a security question because still, I'm 59 years old and I can't spell her name. Mrs. Mary Scarborough. I thought she was ancient, and in reality, she was probably in her late 40s, early 50s when I was in first grade, and she was just a really, really cool teacher. First alcoholic drink. Okay, first alcoholic drink. My very first alcoholic drink, and I was scared to death. I was with my Aunt Susan. It's funny because a lot of stories that I have of my childhood involve my Aunt Susan. Going to jail, betting on the horses, walking through cornfields. But I was with her and she had no idea this happened. And it seems like we were back at Big Spring for New Year's with one of her friends whose name was Sherry. And I think it was Sherry's husband. This was after my grandmother died. So I had to have been 15. Sherry's husband had some drink, I don't know what it was, and said, you want a drink? It's New Year's or whatever holiday it was. I'm like, no, I don't. The guy kind of scared me a little bit, so I don't know if it was her husband or if it was somebody else. But I remember I was there with my aunt. My aunt was not in the room, and I was alone with this guy. Not really alone. There were other people around, but he was kind of close to me. He's like, you want a drink? You want a drink? Come on, have a drink. It's okay. Nobody will ever know. So I did take a drink of whatever it was. I thought for sure lightning was going to come down, strike me, and burn the entire house to the ground. And then I think my first other drink that was on my own accord, my friend Connie, she can sort of vouch for this. We moved out and got an apartment when we were 18. That was the plan. We turned 18. We were moving out, getting an apartment. We snuck into my dad's house and my dad was an alcoholic. Always alcohol everywhere. We took this great big bottle of vodka. And I tell you what, it's surprising that I have vodka in here. we took that bottle of vodka and we got a jug of orange juice. You know, we thought we were cool. We were hanging out at the swimming pool at our apartments and we drank vodka and orange juice. What are those, like a screwdriver or something? A lot. I mean, a lot. We drank so much, we crawled from the swimming pool back to our apartment. Connie slept in the bathroom that night. I don't remember getting sick, but I must have. I remember waking up with the most, well, first of all, I woke up because the neighbors next door were moving in and making all sorts of noise. And I thought, forget this. I'm going to go to my parents' house. I'm going to drive to my parents' house in the hammock. I'm going to take a nap. I got in the car and I guess I was speeding. Thank goodness the dude didn't give me a breathalyzer because I have no idea if I would have been arrested or not. All I knew, I was trying to get to my parents' house so I could sleep. My first speeding ticket ever, and that's a bonus because that's not on the list. We just finished the list. So that was my first real alcohol experience on my own volition, as well as my first speeding ticket, my first hangover, and I'm glad that's where this ends. What about you guys? What were your firsts of any of these things? First friend, first love, first record or CD bought? I'd really love to hear that. What the heck is on me? I'd really love to hear your first record or your first CD because I think you can really learn about people by the music that they choose to listen to. Okay, so first friend, first love, first record or CD. CD, baby. Those came out when my kids were little. I mean, I'm talking 45s. First foreign holiday, first job, first car, first concert, first school, first kiss, first teacher, and first alcoholic drink. Share that in the comments. I don't know what your security questions are. If they're anything like that, don't put it down. But it'd be interesting to see. What were your firsts? Okay, guys, I'm going to go finish this Moscow Mule. I'm going to get on Amazon and order some more mule mugs and then order some beer. You guys have a rockin' afternoon, great weekend, and cheers to a fabulous 2022.